Your best EastEnders exit of the year. Another one of these little awards videos where we go through and we discuss the topic that's most interesting at the time. This one being your best EastEnders exit of the year. Now, who are some of the potential candidates? Finley. Finley left this year. Not that anybody remembers.
Fi Highway left this year.
Obviously, Karen, Mitch, and like Mia and Mac and Bailey.
Shirley, I think.
Yep, Shirley did leave at the start of the year.
Did she?
I believe so.
Do you want to fact check that?
May have been the end of the year, but I'm 90%
we
sure.
couldn't. We could include it if it was the last day.
It could have been like the 30th or something though. Last seen. Nah, it was still 2002. 2022.
We went 20 years. We went 20 years in advance.
Obviously Keanu. Who
Lola.
else? Yeah, Lola.
Emma Weiss.
Very true. So there are a lot of good exits this year, and it's I don't know. It's one of those things where it's
Ashley left this year.
Who?
Ashley, the Panasol lady.
Oh, Ash.
Yeah.
She's not called Ashley. She's called Ash.
I was like, it's either Ash or Ashley. I'll just fucking call her Ashley.
Yeah, true. She did leave.
Eve.
she did technically leave.
Sharon.
Ricky.
Oh, Ricky does count. Ricky might go on that list very quickly.
But yeah, it was a wild one of exits this year because there was only. Did Lola get a Julius theme? Feels like she had to at some point, right?
I think she got her own theme. I think Karen was the only one who got Julius theme this year.
Yeah, I'll just have a little fact checking mission for this.
Imagine Karen was the only one who got Julius theme this year.
I mean, Julius theme has been used very sparingly this year, but it was very well used at this time. Like in these times.
Yeah, compared to like 20 years ago, Dot would spill a cup of tea and it's like Julius theme play now.
I suppose you want to immediately just kick it off with your number 3, if we even have 3s for this category. Yeah, Lola did get the Julius theme.
Oh, she did, all right. So Karen, you can share that place with Lola. Number 3, Emma's stints. I guess you would call them stints. I guess. Excuse me if I'm proper. I'm down in a Koppenberg. So Emma, I guess her 2 stints where she left. Obviously, you're wondering who's Emma. Well, Emma's played by Patsy Kennett. And if you're an early watcher and enjoyer, if you're a baby watcher and enjoyer, you would remember where Being as fuck said she looked like a face of acid. Looked like acid was thrown in her face. I regret those comments. Because if I ever met Patsy Ken said she would kick the shit out of me.
Seems like a lovely woman.
She seems like a lovely woman. There is a funny moment I have of Patsy Kennett because I, of course, run the Instagram account. So
you say
sometimes
it's.
I look at the Eastenders account, and I get notifications like this guy has posted. But I remember one time I was just sitting in bed like half awake. It's like, did you know Patsy Kennett has recently posted? And it's just a picture of her face going like that. This fucking
why are you still talking about it? Keep going. Keep going.
It scares me, but still, yeah, her 2 exits were sad. Or not sad, but they were well deserved. She just comes in for short stints, so expect her to be on the list next year. But yeah, she just comes in, says some stuff, leaves. She obviously famously didn't show up for Lola's funeral. Yes. She left and didn't see Lola, but she showed up for the funeral and then just cried and left. Yeah. So she kind of probably watched from outside the church. And then
she was there, just not for long.
And then she obviously came back into Lexi's life and had an argument with Ben and shagged Phil and just basically went to Ben, I shagged your dad. But she didn't tell him that.
She didn't tell him.
Even though I'd brag about that, shagging Phil Mitchell, and then she just fucked off.
Yeah, in the way of actual third place exit, I do guess that Emma does get that honor because Finley's exit was cool because he got to be a character for the first time since he got introduced. That was fun. Like, they did actually play up to his exit. It's one of the things that you can tell when the show's in a good place is that even the shit characters get a good exit usually, or at least get they look. Obviously, Keanu got the best exit this year. Let's be real. He's a part of an iconic moment of the show, and there's nothing he could have done that would have gotten him up there except for die in this scenario. I'm sorry to spoil it. It's Keanu. He got the best exit. And
you never know. I might have someone
Finley,
at number one different.
Finley raised up to his thing. Obviously, Karen quickly rose back up. Went, oh yeah, shit. She can be good when the character's actually being looked after. And yeah, obviously Lola's exit was tremendous. The way I'd just kind of frame it is I'd suggest probably it's got to be Karen's third.
For number 3?
Yeah, simply because it was good and it was a really fitting exit, and the Julia's theme absolutely nailed it as well. And I still might even put fucking... Nah, I can't. Lola's has got to be second, simply because it was a more experimental, if you can get that kind of way, because they framed a lot with framing and lighting, and when she was dying, it was all dark, but the second that she passed away, she was finally at peace. Fucking bright light, just sun blaring, the fox, very very wholesome little scene there. And just still similar to the Keanu, I won't lie, Lola's exit was much larger than the Lola character was ever going to be under the EastEnders writers, because they never threw her a fucking bone.
Do you want me to go for my number 2?
Yeah, sure.
Rocky is number 2 for me. I know that might upset people. Spoiler, Keanu's not number 1 for me. He's an honourable mention. It's not Fi Highway, don't worry. She's not number 1. But Rocky is number 2 because, again, I mentioned it in best character or improved character. You can see when the wrenches turn in his system and he goes from Rocky Cotton to Thomas Cotton. Rocky, had a rocky year in 2023. He was just a lucky chappie, then he was a gambling chappie, and then he was a arsonist chappie. He nearly killed 2 people chappie. And then he was a drunk chappie who found out about the 6 killing Keanu. And then they just went, well, fuck you, mate, you're going to jail. And basically, Rocky, I know people might disagree with it, but I really don't want to give Keanu number 1 because it's too recent, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I do have to take recency bias into account.
So, if you're wondering why I'm clutching at Chris Glenshaw's massive beard, it's because there hasn't been many exits this year. They're very rarely handing out exits. You're not seeing 50 characters leaving a conga line throughout the year. You're just seeing oh, here's Dave, he's fucking leaving now. He's been here for 10 years, fuck him. Here comes Karen, fuck her, she's left. Oh, here comes Mitch, fucking leave. They've fairly sparely done that. My honourable mention, because Ash already did it.
Did Stuart leave this year? Was that
No, he left last year. He left last year.
I don't even know anymore.
Honourable mentions are obviously the Mitchells, the Taylors, and the Mitches. The Taylors and Keanu's exit are honestly 2 of the greatest exits of all time. Well, not the Taylors necessarily, but just the fact that you have the dynamic of the mom gets the happy end and was, yeah, woo, we're going to Spain, fuck you, Phil, fuck you, fuck the system, I won't do what you tell me, fuck you. I think you just have Keanu. Because you think surely Karen would get the undeserving ending because she kidnapped a child.
Yes.
And surely she'd go to jail. But no, she just fucking runs off. And it's Keanu who's the one who gets the bad ending. And it's just funny, the duality between the 2 of them, because I just love it because Karen's like, yeah, we're going to Spain. Little does she know her son's been fucking shanked and put in a cafe, burnt
Yeah,
cafe.
exactly.
So she's out there getting her honey's suntanned. Meanwhile, her son's getting fucking burnt.
But yeah, it's like there's no way that I personally can't give Keanu the exit of the year, because like I said, a lot of the characters rose to their exit like stage. You know, a lot of them rose to that level to leave. But Keanu progressively built his way more and more into being this, you know, he went through a full story arc with how he had it, you know? He became his dad. And that was one thing that he swore he would never be like. And in his final moments, he was no longer Keanu Taylor, he was his dad. And, you know, that would haunt Karen, you know? And to be involved in the very big and important scene of the flash forward and the six, like I said, it's above his pay grade, honestly. He probably could have been used better, but you know, he was annoying as fuck throughout all the year. And unfortunately, Kid Keanu is no longer with us, which is truly the saddest exit of the year. But regardless, that's generally it. But, you know, that's our exits of the year.
Hey, hold on. I didn't give number one.
All right.
I told you Keanu wasn't my number one because I'm not putting recency into this. I know we'll disagree with Rocky, but number one is obviously Lola. Because for people who know me, in the end, me and my nanny never really saw eye to eye. So seeing, you know, fucking Lola in that bed and then dying just reminds me of when I seen my nan die. It's just, you know, they're in pain, but now the pain's gonna go, and hopefully they're up there now with Kurt Cobain having an old pint of Guinness. You know, not many people would want to do that, but I'd love to do it. You know, it's just they're in a better place. It's just the way she went out that I love. Well,
we're getting more feet accounts. Why are we getting more feet comment? What have we done to be picked up by the feet bots? What have we done?
You can read them out to me when we go off air.
What have we done to be in the feet algorithm? I don't understand.
Lola is obviously yeah, Lola is obviously number one for me. But I think this has just been a weird video, weird energy vibes. So I think we'll do the outro now.
Yes.
Ash's top three were. Who were your top three?
The
Taylors,
Karen's, Lola's, and then Keanu.
And mine were obviously Rocky's. I don't have to think who number two was. Rocky. Oh fuck.
Probably Keanu.
No, Keanu was number two. Give me a second. I got this.
Rocky, the Taylors.
Fuck it. I'll just go Rocky, the Taylors, and oh no, Emma was number two. And number one was Lola.
Okay.
Sorry for that little brain fart. I'm just thinking of wrestling.
Look. All right, we've all done it. Yeah, it's been a long recording session, but as always, the question is now posed to you: what is your favorite EastEnders exit of the year? There's not that many fucking big, like, bold ones, but there has been a lot of very good ones this year. So reflect with us and figure out which one is your favorite, and make sure to tell us in the comment section down below. I've been Ash from Watching Walford, been joined by Piggy.
Yeah.
And catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.